Welcome back to AI Somnium Files. Last time we went to Iris' Somnium again and went on a different path. Guess we'll be finding more about data in this timeline. And probably Iris as well. She was kind of no-show in the other branch because of the eye thingy. She had some eye problems. I was thinking about the scene we saw at the end where data was reflected in a mirror piece or glass piece in the, I guess it's mirror piece in the Somnium. It could have been that Date was the guy watching, because if Date was the one doing the bashing at the end, why not just show it? So I guess there's some kind of trickery there. But would that mean that Iris was one the beating while she was 12 years old? In case she really is 18 at the moment. Or was it someone else? If it was someone else, how would Iris know what happened? So yeah, some holes in that line of thinking, but we'll be continuing. We're at the marble bar with Iris, I think. When we walked in, I didn't see Mama anywhere. Soup Ota. To my surprise, I saw Ota sitting at the counter.
Tessa!
Oh, Ota!
Oh, you. That face. Anything funny? There's usually 2 or 3 funny things. Usually. Doesn't seem like there's anything this time, so yeah. Let's talk to Iris first. Iris is standing next to him. You called Ota here?
No, I didn't tell him to come. He just showed up on his own.
It looks like he's bothered by something. Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
Where's Mom?
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
I wasn't particularly surprised. Mama's always depended on the kindness of strangers, ever since she opened Marble. I never thought I'd run into you here.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier. She said she was going to Marbles, so
Wait, what?
I got here just before you did.
Oh, yeah. Dots.
Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
What was that thing? It was seeing Iris at the scene of the crime of Renju, right? Or was it the one about So?
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing. That you'd stay quiet no matter what.
Or was it the driving of car? Kenju's car.
What were you talking about?
Well,
Dots. Dots.
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you, who's that?
What? Then he runs away.
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
Oh shit. No, not again. Oof, I shut down this time. Damn you all, always. Day 4 Monday, Jukai. Marble Monday to 48 AM. When I woke up, I was lying on the sofa.
Where am I?
I think that time before we came here was something like 9:40 something. Now it was... Can I see it in the log actually? No. Something like 3. That it. My head was killing me and my memory was foggy. Oh well, the sudden pain in my neck. I shut up, rubbing my neck. When I looked over at the counter, I saw a monster staring back at me. It took me a few seconds before I realized it was just Mom.
It looks like you're awake now.
As Mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back. I remembered everything. Yeah, just quickly checking. Doesn't seem to be any. I'm gonna sneeze. Oof. What time is it?
It'll be 3 o'clock soon. In the morning, of course.
Of course. Why didn't you wake me up?
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
Didn't have a single drop.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days.
Where's Ota?
Ota? The boy I asked to watch the bar?
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
My
Shut
power
down.
was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational. Date, the boss is calling.
How am I gonna report this one?
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency. Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video. I sent the address to Iba.
Oh.
Iris!
I thought we'd get different events this time, but...
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
Iba, the source.
Identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse, Koto District.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
I thanked Mama and ran out of marble. Think we'll get different events somehow. Too.
What's our ETA?
Our destination is far from here. 20 minutes at the fastest.
Please let me make it in time.
Skip.
That sick bastard.
Does it let me skip it because I've seen this before?
Tessa! Hold on! I'll save you!
Ota!
Stay away from Tessa! Ah!
I get my foot to the gas the whole time. I could feel the sweat on my palms. The engine raised a high-pitched scream, but I could barely hear it. My heartbeat was pounding in my ears, shaking me to the core. How much time had passed? The feeling of time itself had disappeared. Eventually the car reached the long bridge. Shortly after, the image changed. Yes. Oh.
No, it can't be. No. Stop! No!
Oh, fuck. Shit. Dots. Dots. Dots.
No!
Just thinking what was different this time. Guess they had to have used a different vehicle to get there. Vehicle. Yeah, let's just continue. We'll get the information later. If there was no fun stuff. Any tricks in the video? Guess Iris is dead. Harbor Warehouse District, Monday, 3:35 a.m. Oh, they have the same cars. I wonder if Oda is dead too.
Ota.
Police headquarters, Monday, 10:02 a.m. So Ota was not the polar bear that put on the show. So afterwards, the polar bear first the polar bear killed Iris. Then he took off the suit, put Oda in it, and did the thing. And now we'll think that Oda killed Iris and Oda committed suicide. That's, I think, how this will go. Who are we interrogating?
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you.
No one, I guess. Maybe we're here because we talked with Iris.
It's rare to see you down like this, but it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you. Am I right?
That's
Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks? Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide.
yeah, but no.
Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife. Killed her, then killed himself.
This is funny because if I had done this route first, I don't think I would have bought this then. But because we went the other way first, though, there was more suspicious there. That's
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
don't think there will be any funny stuff. Doesn't feel good. The boss is sitting in front of me. Oda had no incentive to kill Renju.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it, making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
I think the behavior thing will be that he switched it. Or maybe the costume thing. But yeah, he wanted to be a hero and then die as a hero. I guess that's will be how they'll spin it. Kind of like I did in the other time. I think it's all logical, but since we did the old road, I don't think Oda has anything to do with the murders. Oda had no incentive to kill Shoko.
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, that's actually...
They've been
that's
divorced
true.
for years. Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
Ota's behavior during the video.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that?
Hero, blah blah blah.
The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
Sure.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice-cutting machine himself? I don't buy it.
What about the polar bear costume?
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I am.
I told the boss what I found.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Ota could have stabbed himself. Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice-cutting machine.
Do you really believe this, or are you just trying to get the case closed?
Then, shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Dots.
Well, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning. I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
Okay.
Really?
Yes, really.
Dots.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened. Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice-cutting machine, and then...
Dots.
Then, who is the culprit?
I wish I knew.
We're up to 4 victims, but Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Yes.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Connections.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
That is a connection between all of them. Mizukis.
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting point.
I don't remember if Sejima had any connections to Shoko or Renju, except maybe through the Mafia guys, Yakuza guys. I mean. The boss is sitting in front of me. Oldest mother, Mayumi.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either. And since Renju is the president... Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her.
Yeah, no.
And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
Yeah, we can forget about Mayumi in this timeline. Iris's mother. She has a connection to Sejima. I guess Mizuki and minor one to Jata. Also, we haven't seen the guy who was in the first Somnium yet. So that's something to keep in mind. Well, I don't think Mizuki is the killer in any of the cases, but yes, that's a connection. Moma, the weird eye guy. He's been such a minor character, so I don't think there would be much satisfaction in him being the culprit. But yeah, he's a connection point between So and Shoko at least. Let's leave the mother last. Let's do Mizuki, Moma, Hitomi.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all three victims. Shoko and Renji were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all four of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous.
Yes. Moma.
Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras, but there's no connection to Iris.
They were fans, but Hitomi.
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked.
Oh yeah, she was the one who... Yeah.
They were high school classmates.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
And she did say that she met Shoko twice, but I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way. No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me.
Well, we don't know too much about her anyway. So, Tsushima.
Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras, but again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
Me?
I know Renju and Shoko, and I'm connected to Iris, but I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No. Now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events.
Dots.
If I start doubting myself now...
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer. I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do.
Investigate.
Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit, to get justice for the victims.
Dots.
You're right. Got it, boss.
Oh, just go out there. Cold storage warehouse one day. You are here again. Kakami, my arch nemesis. We had lots of stuff to look here. I think. Yeah. I think we'll read through these and call it an episode. Hippocampus, a region of the temporal lobe in the cerebral cortex that is involved in the process of memory, has nothing to do with hippos. Spider crab, a species of marine crab that lives in the waters of Japan, blah blah blah. The rest of the description is boring, so I'm just gonna tell a joke. What happens if you flip a spider crab? You get a crab spider. That's what you thought, right? Sorry, wrong. I'll explain why in the entry for capsaicin, so look forward to that. Capsaicin, a pungent ingredient common in peppers. Irritant spray shots. Pepper spray uses this chemical. Okay, but on to why you're really here. The real answer is, it doesn't matter. Spider crabs can't do flips. So, boss's name, Shishue Kuranishi, boss's real name. I wonder if this is important somehow, since we got it at the end of one ending. Like, I think that would be placed to drop some important hints. Saliva DNA test. It was once difficult to conduct DNA tests from cigarettes because of the small amount of saliva found there. However, modern DNA tests can be conducted with just a single cell. Collage. The clue in French. An art form that involves combining various materials such as printed paper, cloth, fires, sand leaves, etc. Peter describes dreams as a collage of memories. It sort of reminds me of Mormon bubbles. Tell someone you love to image search it. Mormon bubbles. You can search for yourself. Not gonna show it. I'm kind of scared. Oh yeah, it's just pictures that have I guess most of these are for censoring. They have like some kind of color and then the picture is shown beneath it with lots of circles. I can't explain it very well, nothing too interesting. Like I guess it works. You have these pieces of memories and some of the things are just vague and you don't have a clear picture of them. Soba, a specialty of Okinawa, soba cooked with soft noodles and boneless pork spare ribs. Yeah. We still haven't met 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. Who was stuck? Yeah. So yeah, next time we'll be investigating Iris's and Otis murders. Thanks you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.